know if I am a serial entrepreneur, but I can say for sure that all my life I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Since I am, I don't know, 16, I wanted to build things. I wanted to change things. And I believe entrepreneurship is, these days, an amazing kind of opportunity where you can put together people, expertise, resources, and move things. I think entrepreneurs these days, a lot of them are stronger and more powerful and impactful than kings or generals a few hundred years ago. So this is why I chose this name and title for me. I love failure because I think it's an unnegotiable part of growing up, or some people would say of growing old. So I kind of convinced myself that I have to love it, and this is why I'm gonna start with, this is how I plan to go through this. Look at the personal, business, feelings. So what happens to me, what I feel when this happens, and hopefully share the secrets, how I get through. But anyway, I will start with the conclusion. This is what somebody smart told me. When I make a presentation, start with the conclusion, yeah? I believe the reason failure is so important, and we have to embrace it, even if it's not comfortable, is because it's a process, not a picture. It's a process, and the most important thing is getting through. This quote, of course, when you go through hell, keep going, has kept me going many times. Even now I go through a somehow crisis with some PR kind of mess around me. The most important thing is keep going, do not stop. Also because I go quite well. I'm not one of the person to freeze when I'm, so for the people that freeze, you need another quote. What I wanted to show here, or to discuss, is that even when you put something so obvious like a picture, yeah, this is me, there is always a lot of angles and a lot of stories. Maybe in this picture, which is from my personal archive, of course, I jump, or maybe I fall. Always a success story for a business will be a failure story for another business. The success is that maybe I had getting customers meant failures and, I don't know, even maybe extinction for other businesses. When I am losing money, hopefully somebody else is making money. So what I want to say is the focus that I see around failure is maybe, I think, because everybody thinks it's extraordinary. What I want to think, and the reason what I tell myself is that this is normal. Everybody goes through this, and it's everywhere if you really look at it. Somebody's success is maybe many other people's failure, or the other way around. Maybe in this picture I am cool, or maybe I'm warm and I'm trying to cool myself. There are always angles of this. Anyway, if you look at what Monica does, Monica fails every day. Personal for me, so the first one is my favorite mistake, is procrastinate. I don't know if anybody in the room loves to delay a decision, yeah? A decision that is there, that burns you, and kind of everybody sees you, including yourself, but you don't say it. So I am great for me to procrastinate. Getting my medical checkups, starting a journal. I'm dreaming for a year. I've put in all the list to start a journal, and I still don't do it. Getting a sport routine in. So I have a big list, and I can continue with procrastinating, with not doing things. The favorite mistake for the people around me, family, is that I do not listen enough. This is what they get, especially when people are hurt, yeah, or involved. I don't listen in general. Who knows me personally knows that I kind of jump and interrupt. Sorry. But especially when I hurt people, or people are just hurt and they need to be heard, this is something how I feel. And I feel it, and I know it, and I still do it. In business, In business, when it's about money, I don't know why, but I always race to get there. I'm jumping on things. And even if I try to analyze, when you are driving with hundreds of kilometers, you can never get all the implications. Economical, burnout of teams. So I fail. And I know this, but I'm so attracted to this, although in real life I do not really do speed. In business, this is my big failure, that I'm really, really in a hurry. For the communities that I think I like to be part of, like tonight, and like other community work that I do, my favorite failure is that I do not prepare them for tough times. I do not know how to do this. Maybe because I kind of hate giving feedback, bad feedback. Maybe because I don't like to scare people. I like to tell them nice stories. But this is something that, you know, I kind of think over and over. If you ever flew on a plane, they say, put your mask first. Remember, put your oxygen mask. I do that, but I don't do it for the others. And this is a failure. But even when I'm in big success, this is me with my son, and I wanted to encourage myself after speaking so much about how bad things are. The most difficult, so again, even when everything is perfect, even when business is great, family is great, I don't know, I'm lucky, even then I fell with something quite elementary, to adjust my behavior between my roles, to adjust the person I am at home, and not to be a mom at work. And when I leave from work in the community where I'm part of, not to give people solutions to their problems. I don't know if other people have this problem, so I focus a lot, and the best I could get until now, I'm very young still, I'm working on this, is to just freeze, to put a mask. So I cannot adjust to be the person I should be in that circumstance. But at least I'm not. So that's why, for example, my kids all the time, when I have problems, they ask me, are you upset? Are you upset? And I say, no, because I have this mask on. I cannot adjust and be normal and relaxed or even vulnerable, but I just put a mask on. So we finished with the failures. This is the second conclusion. We have an intermediary conclusion, great. And I wanted to put it before I tell you how I feel when I fail, again to encourage, because I thought it's the same guy. It's a coincidence, it's the same guy. I don't really like the guy. But I think it's so beautifully said here, that's the real success, that I don't know how to do it, but I hope one day I will learn how to do it, is stumbling from failure to failure, with no loss of enthusiasm. So reality is, what I feel when I fail is more in the area of fear, of loss and lost, and not in the enthusiasm. I admire the idea, but I'm still not very sure how this, or if this can be done. So especially for me, when I fail, for example, what I told you about this PR thing with Vivre, because my first picture was with Vivre. I left it because actually this is a presentation I delivered in November 2020, and it's almost the same. I spoke the same when things were considered a success, and I see the same things when they are considered to JPEGs. I mean, I kind of run into it, and I just wanted to translate it to English. For me, except this part, for me, when I fail, I feel fear. And for me, fear means heat. Like I feel heat in my body. I feel like I'm burning. For me, it's important to understand physically how my emotions go to my body. And that's the good side is that I found this lovely story of the phoenix bird that burns, and along with burning gets a lot of the stuff out of the way, and then is capable of kind of reshaping itself from its own ash. So I encourage everybody to, when not just fail and they feel lost or hurt or whatever they feel and where they feel it, to maybe find a story about what is after that. Key takeaways. Because I'm entrepreneurial, or I like to be, or I would like to be entrepreneurial, always when I'm going through that hell, I am trying to see the bright side. Yeah? The bright side usually is very simple. Oh, at least the kids are healthy, or at least I have a home, or I have enough money to pay for whatever I have to. So for me, it's kind of very simple. I recap every time what are the good things, the bright side, and I always focus to get back to work, because every time I fail, I do not want that failure, that picture, to be the last image people remember of me.